All right, hey everybody, this is Mr. Clayton here with a couple of quick tutorials for you. So what I just did earlier was record some info on how to use the cameras and the external microphones. Now, I'd like to give you a little kind of crash course on iMovie and how it works. So when you're sitting on one of the Macs here, you open it up, which in this case it is already open. And now you want to get the footage onto the computer. So you're going to see what to attach and what happens. Underneath the handle here is a little door that says HDMI and has the USB. So you open that up. All right, you can see everything there. Plug in the USB. Then you have to make sure your camera is powered on. And when you hit the play button, you select built-in memory. But anyway, now I'm going to show you on the software side of things. So I've connected my camera. I'm now selecting, I hit the play button and now built-in memory. And in a second, you're going to see this is just waiting now. The connection is reading from the camcorder, and here we go. So here's all my footage. So this is all going to be turned into one video. And then this iMovie one you're currently watching is also an iMovie tutorial. All right, so here we go. I am going to click up here. You always want to put, they're called events. So these are all ones that have been on here. I've kind of cleaned them up from previous years. This is what we still have left over. But I need to create a new event. So I'm going to call this iMovie tutorial. That works. Here we go. So now I'm going to import all. Now if you only wanted some of these, all right, you could just select the one. You would hold Command down to select individual ones, or if you wanted one over here, I'm holding Command and clicking. All right, but I want all of these, so I'm importing all. And now we wait. If you notice up at the top right, do not disconnect the camcorder, and actually don't really do anything in terms of video editing until all of your files are imported. So as you can see, we still have 1 more minute left. When this is done, you'll get a notification saying that everything was imported successfully. At that point, you click eject. 5 of 7. Now something I might do later in the recording is kind of speed up this portion, which I'll show you how. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to click eject. You're going to get a beach ball. There it is. As soon as that's done, that is the moment that you're allowed to disconnect the camcorder. So now I'm going to disconnect the camcorder and power it down. So everything is now imported. If you look over at projects, this is where we have these are the different projects that have been worked on and put together. Obviously, this is going to go up a lot, and there's some more cleaning up I still need to do. This is the BNN template that I reuse every single time. So here we go. Going back to media. Here's all our video files, okay? I have even accidentally took a picture off of the camcorder, so I'm going to click delete. And now that is marked as delete, as you can see by the red bar. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hide rejected. So it still exists. If you ever accidentally delete a picture or a video clip, you can just go down to rejected and they still are there. So I'm just going to hide it for now because I want to just use these guys over here. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to projects. Create new. All right. So now movie trailers, as it says, it follows a template. Some of you may have already experimented with this on your iPhones or iPads. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to make a movie. And now we are going to click on my iMovie tutorial. So here is all of my camcorder footage. All right. Now for the purposes, I'm going to mute the Mac going to mute the Mac over here so this way we don't hear all the talking. All right, so I have my clips muted for the time being, so I can just drop these in. Okay, so this is where I'm going to do a little talk about where our cameras are stored. And as you saw, I just double-clicked and then pulled it down. The other thing you can do here is if you scroll over, see that little plus sign there? If you click that, it will drop the entire piece into your video. Now, a couple things I want to point out. Over here to our right, we have a little slider. This will shrink so you can see the entire project. In this case, as of right now, it's only 1 minute and 40 seconds long. Or, if I wanted to just really zero in on that part, I can just zoom in and it will leave, it will show me exactly where I had clicked, because that's the point I wanted to look at. All right? So I usually like to leave it midway and then zoom in and out as I feel like I need to. All right, so let's just cruise on to what you can do with iMovie. All right, I'm not going to put the entire thing together now because that would be a little too much. Okay, so first things, over here we have titles. You can take any of these titles, drag it down. You can either put it in front of, which would be a black screen, okay? Or you can drag it on top of a clip, and then it will show up like this. They also have credits, and they, you know, as you can see what each one does as you kind of scroll across. All right, some boogie lights. So that's with adding titles. Over here, backgrounds. So these are the stock ones. Obviously, you can also use anything that you find from the internet. So let's show what happens here. We're going to go to Chrome. All right. So let's say I want to get New York Giants wallpaper. All right. So I go here. I like that. Looks good. I'm waiting till it loads. Fully loaded. Okay. I'm going to hold down Control, click, save image as. It's already on the desktop. If you want, you can rename it. So I'm going to call it Giants. It's saved. Okay. So now X out of here. Hey, there it is on the desktop. I always save stuff to the desktop because I can clean it up later. This way it's just easy to find. All right. I'm going to click it and hold it. I'm dragging it around, right? I go to the right. Voila. Here is here's my project. So now I can drag it down into the project, put it wherever I want, and now it's in. All right. And like I said, you can feel free to use any of these. You know, if you want some stars, if you want some retro. All right, and then you can go back and you can put any title on here that you want. You can double click the purple to change it. So, mass media. And then when you play, hitting spacebar, that's what you get. Okay. So that's titles, backgrounds, transitions. So we have all of these ones over here that you can use. And once again, if you drag, it will show you exactly what they look like. What you could do with these, same deal. You click on it. Once it's selected, you bring it down, clicking and dragging. Drop it in the middle of two clips. And when you hit spacebar to play, that's what you get. Okay. And if you want to get rid of it, click on it, delete. All right, and finally, you always want to hit record a little bit before you start acting or reading or doing whatever. So what you do is you scroll down. If you notice, my arrow switches to here. This is now you can trim from the front and back. Another fun thing is if I wanted to use some of it, but I'm like, oh, I screwed up right over here. You can click, hold down Control, click here, and then you can do one of two options. You can either hold Command and B, or you can just do it this way. All right, so now I just split the clip this way. It will still play normally. See, everything's fine. But now I can trim, and now maybe add a little transition in the middle. Okay, and to close it out, whenever you want to do to a clip, you have all these little options up here. You select it. You always have to make sure that it's highlighted in yellow. You can crop, so you can go crop to fill. All right, and then you can bring it down, place it where you want. When you click out, there you go, it's zoomed in. Here we have a little speedometer. This is if you want to speed up the clip, and you get a little bunny rabbit. And now, super fast. You want to go, actually, here it is really fast. Okay? And then lastly, over here, we have the filters. All right, so you can add audio effects to it, or we can do all sorts of stuff. So you can flip it, you can go black and white, noir, you can go really crazy with it. Ooh, how about that? X-ray. All right, and that, my friends, is it for now. I can do a more in-depth one later on. So let's see how this one goes. All right. Oh wait, there's more. And then every once in a while, iMovie will freeze up on you. You'll get the spinning rain ball. It won't go away. So what you need to do is, if you were on the red iMac, you could do one of two things. You can use the Magic Touch mouse, take 2 fingers and swipe to your right. That'll bring you to the desktop. You can also hold Command and press Tab, which will bring up all the different applications that are open. And when you highlight the one you want, so in this case Finder, which is your desktop, leave it on there, then let go of Command, and it will bring you over. So that's will also work on the blue iMac. So when that's happening, it's all locked up. You swipe over, click the Apple, go down to Force Quit. These are all the open applications. As of right now, iMovie's fine, but I will cut in a picture of what it looks like. It will say in parentheses, not responding. All you have to do then is hit Force Quit. Last but not least, I promise. So I'm wrapping up creating this very tutorial that you are currently watching. So I have all my clips put together. All right, so we're all done here. I'm ready to share it. I click the share button up top. I'm now going to go File. I want to actually have a digital file, which then I can upload to YouTube. So here, I'm going to call this iMovie tutorial. You would then hit Next. Pick where you would like to save it. I would click Desktop, Save, and then it begins the export process. Once again, you would get the little circle filling up as it proceeded. It would tell you an estimated time, and that's it.